Have you ever seen a tree that you just have to go over and visit? We're fascinated by trees. It might be the time of year where you are, where trees are changing. We love their colors. We might love their bark and their textures even more. We might love their beautiful shapes and lines. And certainly we're impressed by their enormity. And so are artists. Artists like to show our relationship with trees in their art. Trees keep us company. A painting might feel too empty without a tree standing by. Artists also take photographs of trees. We can really appreciate their variety and everything beautiful about them when we see a great photograph. Ansel Adams brought us all of this tree beauty through his camera. Trees also symbolize things in art. A tree doesn't have to look real. This is called the tree of life. A tree can represent wisdom and connections between all things. Trees can have movement and emotion in art. Emily Carr was a Canadian artist known for painting Indigenous people and trees from the Northwest. Try going outside and getting in front of a real tree so that you can enjoy all of its details. It's fun to think about life inside of a tree. It's fun to think about how many different trees there really are. All the different shapes and leaves, branches and trunks. I want to talk about practicing drawing trees. It can be very relaxing and a way to admire nature. I found this beauty in a local park. I sat in front of it with a paper and a paintbrush and a pen, and I started to record all of the details, the patches of moss and all the lumps. And I had a great time doing it. And now I feel much more familiar with nature and how it enhances our lives. If you are new to drawing trees, I would like to talk about the Y technique. If you can draw the letter Y, then you have a great start for a tree. On top of the tip of each branch, you can create another Y, so that one large Y becomes two slightly smaller Ys. I'll do the same for each of those, and you'll see that as the branches grow further and further up, they become progressively thinner. This is kind of a fun, relaxing way to grow your tree and have it look like one you might see in nature. You can stop at any point, and you can keep going and going and going. By the end, your twigs might be quite thin. After you create all of your Ys, you can go back and decide on the foliage for your tree. Another fun way to make a tree is with watercolor. I've wet my brush and I've rolled it in some watercolor pigment, and now I'm going to begin the trunk of my tree. I like to think about making my tree fill whatever size paper I'm using. The paintbrush seems almost designed to help pull branches into being. Here I'm trying some Y shapes that aren't so straight. I'm using some flowy strokes of my brush. By pulling my brush upwards, I can make some fairly convincing branches. Adding some yellow highlights to the side of my tree. And here is my finished work. Go outside and draw a tree.